Who are you and what do you do?
So I help people to optimize their sleep, whether they're in corporate or in resorts or whether they're parents. Literally everyone needs good sleep and I've made that my specialty. One in particular that stands out is when I myself was sleep deprived and I realized it wasn't just about getting more sleep, it was about realizing it's about quality and the kind of sleep you get. When I looked at it in my postgraduate work as a PhD student, I could see all the brain frequencies we were recording and I studied widely the things that impact sleep and how important it is. And then I realized this is a minefield of amazing, empowering information that we can use to optimize ourselves in the way we eat, the way we do relationship, the way our hormones are, the way we mentally integrate our lives. There's just so much there. So that's when I realized it is so much that often people don't realize. There are quite a few. The intricacies of our biology is incredible, but the most powerful thing about sleep is that every night we get a free detox. The brain detoxes any waste products actually are released through the glymphatic system, not the lymphatic, but the glymphatic. So to me, that is mind-blowing. Every night the brain wants to clear this out, sort everything out biochemically. So if we don't give it that opportunity and we decide, oh, I only need 5 hours, or maybe I'll just watch a bit of Netflix and then I have to process that as well, we're literally not giving our body the opportunity to do what it's brilliant at doing and designed to do, which we actually need. One of the biggest ones is, oh, I need to get 8 hours, and that's just not true. Everyone is different, and you can have 8 hours and feel really groggy afterwards, and you can have 6 hours and feel amazing. So it's not really about the time in bed, it's more the quality of sleep, how deeply you are able to dive in and let the body do its repair, which is what it does at night. That is the biggest need. And so some people go, oh, I got 8 hours, or I got this and that. That's not how it works. It's your preparation and your depth that makes all the difference. So they take sleep not as a luxury, but they take it as something that is really important for the way they perform. So it becomes a priority. I've noticed the people that thrive the most are people that actually say, I recognize how important it is, and I'm actually going to practice that, even if it's just 10 minutes here and then. That's what they do very differently than the rest of society that's missing out. Overthinking, having children, will naturally make you feel, wow, I better think about everything. Running a business can create that tendency, but just being a citizen of the world, thinking what's going on with the planet, with politics, I recognize it and I know how to change that and basically rewire myself, have something either to prevent it or to catch it when I wake up at night. The top 3 are free and easy and vital, and that is try to get morning sunlight and try to reduce the intensity of light exposure at night. The other one would be have a small routine of some sort linked with sleep. Even the smallest thing, like I'm brushing my teeth, I'm winding down, I'm starting to do a different type of breath that is relaxing. So that's a really easy one that you could use. And another one could be just thinking about what you're grateful about before you go to sleep, rather than thinking about even subliminally what the problems are that you might need to fix, but focusing on what's working well in your life leads to much better sleep. And I think the world needs that at the moment more than ever. We basically inhibit our ability to feel safe at night. And when we don't feel safe at night, looking at it from a really primal angle, if we're out in the wild, it means we don't have a deep sleep because we're kind of looking out to solve a problem. A saber-toothed tiger could be jumping on us, metaphorically speaking. So these days it could be the news you watched or an email you got, and all of that stuff is dysregulating the nervous system to feel safe to actually have a deep sleep. And then you might be lying there, but either you wake up easily or you're not getting the depth of sleep. It's the way society is wired right now, and the illusion that if we sleep less, that we are somehow achieving more, can compete, and it's not true. That's why most people are burning out or having mental health issues or end up having to take a long break to recover from this compressed time of not getting good enough sleep. In the end, it doesn't work out. It really depends on the person. Like being a mom, often you don't have access to the phone, or being, a surgeon or whatever happens. But the more you can write down the boundaries you can create, the better. So I would certainly have boundaries at the evening and in the morning as much as possible. Maybe someone can do it at lunchtime. I'm gonna have lunch without my phone. It's gonna feel strange for a lot of people. I should be reachable, I'm used to scrolling, but there has to be a place where we decide to tackle it and go, I can do this, and it actually was fun. If you're staying at Ecopia, I would say utilize the fact that you can really connect with nature. Nature is the biggest reminder and integration of our normal circadian rhythms. And when you're here, you get a great opportunity to wake up with the sunrise if you can and feel like it, and to wind down when the sun goes down, keep your lights dim around you, and start to connect with that internal circadian rhythm. A lot of people are fully detached from that. They're going online or they are doing work until late. When you're in a place like this, don't just treat it like a holiday to just recover in, but to actually set a deep experience and then to take it home with you by aligning with the environment. Super important. We are literally so biological. Your biology will respond just by doing that. You don't have to think about it. You would feel naturally more drawn to do it at home because obviously you would have a backyard or a beach or a forest nearby, and you might decide, well, I'll also take an evening stroll, or maybe before I rush into my day, I'm just going to sit with my garden or on my balcony and just embrace the light or nature and all those healing properties that come, that again create a rhythm for your life. And starting here could be a great beginning. You've already changed your neurology because you started, so you're going to feel more confident going home and doing it, and just decide that once I've come here, I'm going to keep some of those habits going when I get back home. That's really powerful. A lot of people might think, I really need sleep now. The truth is, when you sleep well, it builds up over your whole life. It's going to affect what you feel like in 5 years and in 10 years. It's a bit like brushing your teeth. You can get away with it here and there, but the more you don't look after your teeth, the more you're going to have decay on some form or shape. And so when you look after your sleep, you're basically looking after your future. And not just that, but your mental health, your relationships, and your ability to have a quality life rather than just pushing through. You're actually able to be present, be your best, mentally, physically, biologically, and thrive. Because we essentially are part of that. We seem to think we are separate and we can just go into a building and flash on the lights and go against nature. There isn't a single human that doesn't eventually realize it. It feels good. The biochemistry response, your whole construct of who you are, and as a human, to feel that we belong, that there is actually an inherent peace that you can tap into. We always remember it in nature. Yeah, they call it the gut-brain axis, and it just affects how you feel, your neurology, whether you're able to relax, and it can really shift the way you perceive the world. The best thing you can do is breathe in forest air, ocean air, and we all know it, don't we? It's like you get here and you're taking a bigger breath and all those things that we innately know, and thank goodness we can remember it still before we forget with all this technology and indoor living. I would say keep it really simple. Like if you normally have a complicated life, try to really say to people, I'm going off the grid as much as you can, and then really enjoy being spoiled, having access to food. You don't have to go and find it, you don't have to do much. There is an outdoor bath, depending on where you stay. There is an indoor bath where you can see the kangaroos, and you put your Epsom salts inside, which they provide, which is amazing. You can light candles here, which is gorgeous. And yeah, just totally enjoying all the offerings here. I feel that when we're conscious about it, we don't just turn up and we think about it, maybe on the boat over here, the ferry, maybe when you book it, to really make a list of, I really want to detox from this activity, that activity, that activity, while I'm here, and reset myself, rejuvenate, and then carry that forward into the next chapter afterwards. there are a lot of people I could bring, but if I could bring just 3 at once, at one time, straight away I thought of my children. And that's because I feel that they've had nature experiences, they enjoy nature, but I feel the younger generation, whatever you want to call it, is so much more exposed to the busyness of life, is so much more exposed to technology. I feel they need it more than ever. We still remember that more, what it's like without or with less, but I feel they need extra immersive time to really play and connect and walk around in nature, seeing the kangaroos, watching the clouds rolling in, maybe climbing a tree or just sitting in stillness and finding that stillness is so full of gorgeous sounds that is much more beautiful than any Instagrams or TikToks, I hate to say it, but all that stuff. And it's a reminder, and I feel that generation, I would love to bring here my children first, of course.